Gemima Dark and the Arcanatorium. By Princess Indigo. Chapter 9. The Unexpected Message. Would Officer Ampersand please put in a prompt appearance at the Wing Warden's office, if it's not too much trouble? Sighed an exasperated voice over the PA. Gemima Dark's powered wheelchair came to an abrupt halt beside the intercom, as Ampersand blew her hair out of her eyes and made a very audible humph sound, in a manner that conveyed she was neither surprised or impressed with the rather insistent summons. The ever-curious Miss Dark watched as Officer Ampersand placed her security fob up against the somewhat grubby intercom, that matched the interior of the whole building rather perfectly. A green light then came on to indicate she was now permitted to speak. "Where the devil are you, Ampersand? I want a foot massage, and Ammonite is busy," said an angry Wing Warden, desperate for even the smallest diversion from the incessant pressures of her job. Gemima Dark's designated room needs sterilizing, fumigating and decorating. I'm in the middle of taking her to the infirmary dorm until I receive instructions to the contrary," replied Ampersand curtly. "Then you have just volunteered yourself and Ammonite for a brand new project," said the Wing Warden with grandiose relish. "Your mutual fumigation training will commence at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. That's if the pair of you can keep your hands off each other for 5 minutes. When you're done rehousing that repellent little pastel goth, come give me my foot massage pronto if you want to keep your job." "Do I get to respond to that?" asked Ampersand in a sarcastic tone. "No, you do not," said Wing Warden Clench tersely. "Very well, I'll finish taking Gemima to the infirmary dorm, and then I'll be right along, to gesticulate your overworked little Wing Warden tootsies, to your heart's content," replied Officer Ampersand in her best placatory tone. "Hurry yourself up or I'll cancel yours and Ammonite's forthcoming naked cheesecake wrestling match, in the canteen and keep all the betting money for myself," said the Wing Warden angrily over the PA, causing every inmate in the East Wing, not to mention the 2 contestants in question, to make a loud emotive sound of disappointment at the very thought. "It's that way, keep going until you see the sign, and don't get lost if you can possibly help it, or we may never see you again," pointed Ampersand distractedly, and left muttering to herself as she went to tend to the Wing Warden's peccadilloes. Gemima Dark looked with trepidation down the long grimy corridor, that seemed far more intimidating now Ampersand had left, then took a deep breath and pushed the joystick of her powered wheelchair to make it go forward. Feeling slightly nervous of her own safety, Gemima continued at an impressive rate of knots, until she arrived at the dilapidated sign, which revealed that the actual infirmary ward and the infirmary dorm were 2 separate things. She pushed the doors open with the tracks of her wheelchair and kept going down the little corridor until she found the right entrance and went inside. "Hello, I'm Gemima. I've been sent to stay here while my room is being decorated," she nervously announced, only to discover the dorm was almost empty, save for one young woman with bright pink hair and her leg in traction. "Hello Gemima, I'm Nurse Maisie. I fell down a flight of stairs and broke my leg in 3 places. Nice to meet you, I do love your hair, we've never had a pastel goth before," Maisie said cheerily as Gemima stopped hovering in the doorway and properly came inside. You have been listening to Gemima Dark and the Arcanatorium by Princess Indigo. Read by Treacle81. The closing music is Marionette by Felix Arndt. From the Free Music Archive. "Officer Ampersand, how I love thee, let me count the ways. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were still here. What's that? You've bought 2 tickets to the cheesecake wrestling match at the Arcanatorium, and would I like to go? Okay, yes. On one condition. Don't try to distract me once it starts or I'll never speak to you ever again."